Hey guys, tonight we're stepping back, way back to a time when fire wasn't just heat and light, but a living, breathing entity, a sacred presence tended with reverence and quiet devotion. Imagine the soft glow, the crackle, the scent of wood smoke mingled with something ancient and profound. You're not just observing, you're there feeling the warmth on your face, the gentle hum of timeless ritual. You'll witness a form of worship so deeply intertwined with the elements that it's almost a dance, a conversation with the very essence of existence. You probably won't survive this journey unchanged, certainly not in the way you view the humble flame again. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, let me know in the comments where you're listening from and what time it is for you right now. It's always fascinating to see how far these sleepy whispers travel. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You find yourself standing on ancient Persian soil, the air cool and crisp, carrying the faint, sweet scent of burning sandalwood. It's not a grand temple you enter, but a modest, unadorned structure, perhaps made of sun-dried brick or rough-hewn stone. The only light emanates from within, a beacon in the pre-dawn gloom. As you step inside, the world outside seems to recede, its clamor and complexities fading into a soft hush. The warmth that greets you is immediate, a palpable presence that banishes the morning chill. In the center of the room, on a raised platform, rests an Adhashtan, a fire holder, its polished surface reflecting the dancing flames. This isn't just a fire, it's the Adhash Baram, the victorious fire, carefully consecrated, meticulously maintained, a living testament to centuries of devotion. You notice the air is remarkably clean, free from acrid smoke, a testament to the meticulous tending. Your eyes adjust to the soft, flickering light, revealing the quiet, unhurried movements of the mobbed, the Zoroastrian priest. He moves with a grace born of practice and profound respect, his bare feet silent on the smooth floor. He wears a simple white robe, spotlessly clean, and over his mouth and nose a paidadana, a white cloth, ensuring his breath does not sully the sacred flames. It's a detail that strikes you immediately, this deep reverence for purity, for keeping the fire unsullied by even the most natural of human exhalations. You wonder, for a moment, if he's ever accidentally sneezed under there. That would be quite the challenge, wouldn't it? The mobbed approaches the fire with deliberate slowness, his movements a series of practiced rituals. He doesn't just toss logs onto the flames, he places them with an almost tender care, each piece of wood chosen for its quality and its ability to burn cleanly. This isn't a roaring bonfire, it's a controlled, sustained warmth, a steady glow that seems to pulsate with an inner life. You learn that this particular fire has been burning, uninterrupted, for perhaps hundreds, even thousands of years. Think about that for a moment. A continuous flame, kept alive through empires rising and falling, through generations of devoted tenders. It's a concept that almost defies belief in our fast-paced, disposable world. You feel a curious sense of continuity, of being connected to a lineage stretching back into the mists of time. This unbroken chain of flame, it's a powerful symbol, isn't it? Like your Wi-Fi signal, but infinitely more meaningful. Historians still argue whether the concept of an eternally burning flame originated with Zoroastrianism, or if it was a practice adopted from earlier regional traditions. Some scholars point to evidence of fire veneration in even older Indo-Iranian cultures, suggesting a long prehistory for this sacred practice. However, it's undeniable that Zoroaster, the prophet who founded this ancient religion, elevated fire to a central, symbolic role, representing Asha, divine order and truth. The fire is not worshipped as a deity itself, but rather as a channel, a pure medium through which one can approach Ahura Mazda, the wise Lord, the uncreated creator. It's a bit like saying your smart TV isn't the show itself, but it certainly helps you watch it. And just like your smart TV, it needs careful maintenance to keep working. The mob now takes a pair of silver tongs, exquisitely crafted, and gently rearranges the embers, ensuring an even burn. He occasionally adds a pinch of fragrant incense, a blend of frankincense and other aromatic resins, which releases a sweet, ethereal smoke that further purifies the air and delights your senses. It's a sensory experience, this ritual engaging sight, smell, and the comforting warmth of the fire itself. There's a certain tranquility in his methodical actions, a quiet devotion that is almost hypnotic. You notice he doesn't speak. His focus entirely on the sacred task. The silence in the room is profound, broken only by the soft crackle of the fire and the occasional rustle of his robes. It's the kind of silence that invites contemplation, that allows your thoughts to drift and settle. You almost expect to hear crickets, but then remember you're indoors. You learn that there are different grades of sacred fires in Zoroastrianism. The Adhash Baram, like the one before you, is the highest grade, consecrated through an elaborate process involving the purification and joining of 16 different types of fire, gathered from various sources, including lightning strikes, and even in ancient times, the burning of a cremated corpse, though this practice evolved over time. It's an incredibly intricate and demanding ritual taking months, even years, to complete. Imagine trying to collect 16 different types of fire today. You'd probably end up with a very confused fire department at your door, and a significant bill for services rendered. The mob concludes his immediate tending, stepping back from the fire with a slight bow of his head. He doesn't leave, however, but takes a seat on a low stool, his gaze still fixed on the flames. This continuous vigil is crucial. The fire must never be allowed to extinguish. It's a responsibility passed down through generations, a sacred trust. You ponder the dedication required for such a life centered around the constant care of this living symbol. It's a far cry from your morning routine of hitting the snooze button 3 times before grudgingly facing the day. He probably doesn't even have a snooze button, or a bed, for that matter, if he's here all night. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is more than just maintaining a flame. It's a profound act of spiritual devotion, a continuous prayer, a living connection to the divine. The fire represents the divine spark within each individual, the light of reason and righteousness that guides humanity. It's also a symbol of Asha, truth, and cosmic order, constantly striving for purity and enlightenment. As you watch the flames dance, you feel a sense of calm settle over you, a quiet understanding of the deep significance of this ancient practice. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest things, when imbued with intention and reverence, can hold the deepest meaning, and probably burn your marshmallows to perfection. But that's a different kind of reverence. The soft light of the Adhash Baram continues to fill the chamber, casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. You observe the mob again, his posture serene, almost meditative. He isn't actively tending the fire at this moment, but his presence is a continuous form of care, a silent vigil. This deep connection to the fire, this constant awareness, is a cornerstone of his spiritual discipline. You might think it's just watching a fire burn, but it's far more than that. It's an active participation in a sacred mystery, a quiet communion. It's the difference between watching paint dry and truly appreciating the subtle shifts in color and texture. Though, Watching paint dry might still be more exciting than watching some of your streaming service options. The concept of purity is paramount in Zoroastrianism, and nowhere is this more evident than in the handling of the sacred fire. Everything that comes into contact with the fire, from the tongs to the wood, must be meticulously clean and pure. The mob himself undergoes rigorous purification rituals before approaching the fire, ensuring he is in a state of ritual cleanliness. This emphasis on purity extends beyond the physical. It encompasses thoughts, words, and deeds. The idea is that only through purity can one truly connect with the divine light represented by the fire. It's like trying to get a clear signal on an old radio. You have to eliminate all the static. Except here, the static is bad vibes and unwashed hands. You notice a small, intricately carved silver vessel near the Atashtan. This contains Bershnam, consecrated water used for purification. Periodically, the mob will use this water in his own purification rituals, a continuous act of cleansing that reinforces his readiness to serve the sacred fire. This isn't just about hygiene. It's about spiritual preparedness, about ensuring that every aspect of his being is aligned with the sanctity of the task. It's like preparing for a gourmet meal. You don't just grab a plate, you set the table, polish the silverware, and make sure your napkin is perfectly folded. Though hopefully, the mob isn't preparing to eat the fire. A quirky tidbit about Zoroastrian fire temples. Traditionally, there were no images or statues of deities within. The fire itself was the sole focus of worship, the embodiment of divine light and wisdom. This sets Zoroastrianism apart from many other ancient religions that relied heavily on anthropomorphic representations of their gods. It's a very abstract, almost philosophical approach to the divine, focusing on fundamental principles rather than physical forms. Imagine a church with no crosses, no statues, just a really, really impressive candle. You'd probably still feel something powerful, wouldn't you? Or maybe just wonder if they forgot to pay for the holy decorations. The quiet atmosphere of the fire temple is designed to foster contemplation and inner peace. There's no loud chanting, no boisterous ceremonies. The focus is on individual devotion, on the silent connection between the worshiper and the divine through the medium of the fire. You feel the stress of the outside world begin to melt away, replaced by a profound sense of tranquility. It's a stark contrast to the constant barrage of information and stimulation that defines modern life. No social media notifications here, just the gentle crackle of wood. It's almost as relaxing as finding all your socks match on laundry day. Almost. Historians still debate the exact architectural origins of the Zoroastrian fire temple. While the basic concept of a central fire in a chamber is ancient, the specific designs and layouts evolved over centuries, influenced by various local traditions and imperial styles. Some scholars suggest early temples might have been open-air structures, with the fire exposed to the elements, while others argue for enclosed spaces from the very beginning to protect the sacred flame. It's like trying to figure out if the first house had a roof, or if people just really enjoyed getting rained on. The mob occasionally adds a small amount of consecrated wood to the fire, always ensuring that the flame remains vibrant but not overwhelming. This isn't about creating a massive blaze. It's about sustaining a constant, living glow. The type of wood used is also carefully selected, often fruit-bearing trees like almond or apricot, known for their clean burn and pleasant aroma. It's a detail that speaks to the meticulous nature of the ritual every element carefully considered for its contribution to the sanctity of the fire. You wouldn't just throw any old piece of junk mail on this fire, would you? Though it's tempting sometimes. The act of tending the fire is considered an act of great merit, a selfless service to Ahura Mazda. It's a demonstration of commitment, of unwavering faith. The Mobs dedicate their lives to this sacred duty, often living within the temple complex, their lives interwoven with the rhythm of the fire. Imagine dedicating your entire life to keeping a fire going. It certainly puts your Netflix binge-watching habits into perspective. Though to be fair, keeping the fire going for your favorite show is also important. You notice the utter lack of any form of waste or debris around the Atashtan. The ashes are carefully collected and disposed of in a manner that maintains their purity, usually buried in consecrated ground. Nothing is simply discarded. Everything is treated with respect, reflecting the underlying principle of Asha, order and righteousness, even in the smallest details. It's a lesson in mindful living, in respecting everything around you, even the remnants of a fire. Your average campfire cleanup could learn a thing or two from this. Maybe they'd start burying their burnt marshmallows. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending isn't just about the physical flame. It's about the spiritual light that it represents. It's about the constant striving for purity, for truth, for alignment with divine order. As you continue to witness this quiet devotion, you feel a gentle current of peace flow through you, a sense of calm that encourages introspection and quiet reflection. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound spiritual experiences are found not in grand pronouncements, but in the simple, sustained acts of reverence. It's almost as peaceful as listening to the hum of your refrigerator at 3 a.m. Almost. The air within the fire temple remains warm and comforting, imbued with the subtle scent of the burning wood and faint traces of incense. You've settled into the quiet rhythm of the place, your initial curiosity replaced by a deep sense of calm observation. The mob continues his silent vigil, a living embodiment of dedication. His movements are so smooth, so practiced, that they become almost invisible, like the gentle breathing of a sleeping giant. It makes you wonder how many years of practice it takes to achieve such effortless grace. Probably more than it takes to master online gaming. One fascinating aspect of Zoroastrianism is its emphasis on dualism, not in the sense of good versus evil being equal powers, but as a cosmic struggle between Asha, truth, order, light, and drudge, falsehood, disorder, darkness. The sacred fire, representing Ahura Mazda, is a potent symbol of Asha, constantly pushing back against the forces of drudge. Tending the fire, then, becomes an act of actively participating in this cosmic battle. A small but significant contribution to the triumph of light over darkness. It's like being a tiny, essential cog in a giant, divinely powered machine. A very clean, very well-oiled machine. You observe the mob take up a small, scoop-like implement, also made of silver, and carefully remove a few spent embers from the Atashtan. These are not discarded carelessly. Rather, they are placed into a separate, equally pristine container. This careful management of the byproducts of the sacred fire reinforces the principle of purity and respect for all elements associated with the divine. Every detail, no matter how small, is handled with deliberate care. It's a level of meticulousness that would make even the most organized person feel a little bit messy. You suddenly feel compelled to go home and dust everything. A mainstream historical fact about Zoroastrianism is its significant influence on later Abrahamic religions. Concepts like heaven and hell, angels and demons, and a final judgment all have roots in Zoroastrian theology. The idea of a messianic figure, a savior who will usher in a new era of righteousness, also finds parallels. It's a bit like discovering that your favorite modern pop song was heavily influenced by some ancient folk tunes. Everything is connected, isn't it? Except for maybe your left sock and your right sock. They rarely seem to get along. The mob now performs a short, silent prayer, his hands clasped before him, his gaze still fixed on the dancing flames. This isn't a performance. It's a deeply personal act of devotion, a quiet conversation with the divine. The simplicity of the gesture is powerful, emphasizing the direct, unmediated connection that Zoroastrians seek with Ahura Mazda. There are no intermediaries, no complex rituals that obscure the path. Just a pure heart, pure thoughts, and a pure fire. It's a refreshing change from the convoluted instructions you usually get when assembling flat-pack furniture. Historians still argue about the precise dates of Zoroaster's life. While traditional accounts place him in the 6th century BCE, some scholars suggest he lived much earlier, perhaps as far back as the 10th or 12th century BCE, making Zoroastrianism one of the world's oldest continuously practiced religions. The debate is largely based on linguistic analysis of the Gathas, the oldest hymns attributed to Zoroaster, and their stylistic similarities to other ancient texts. It's like trying to pinpoint exactly when the first person decided putting pineapple on pizza was a good idea. The records are a bit fuzzy, but the consequences are definitely still felt. You notice the quiet presence of other worshippers entering the temple individually throughout the day. They too approach the fire with reverence, some offering small pieces of sandalwood or fragrant twigs to the flames, others simply standing in silent contemplation. There's no pressure, no expectation of outward display. It's a deeply personal experience for each individual, a moment of connection in the sacred space. It reminds you that faith can be a very quiet, internal journey, not always a booming choir and flashing lights. Though sometimes, a booming choir can be pretty impressive. The fire is not merely a symbol. It is seen as a conduit for spiritual energy, a focal point for prayer and meditation. By focusing on the pure, radiant flame, worshippers are encouraged to purify their own minds and intentions, aligning themselves with the principles of Asha. It's a tangible representation of an abstract concept, making the spiritual journey more accessible and immediate. It's a bit like having a visual aid in a very important lecture. Except this visual aid has been burning for centuries and probably knows more than the lecturer. A peculiar historical detail. In some ancient Zoroastrian communities, the sacred fire was believed to possess protective qualities, warding off evil spirits and bringing blessings to the surrounding area. Villagers would sometimes carry small embers from the temple fire to light their own hearths, believing it would imbue their homes with purity and protection. Imagine your local fire department offering consecrated embers for your barbecue. That would certainly make for an interesting neighborhood party, wouldn't it? And possibly some very confused insurance agents. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending, with its emphasis on purity, light, and individual devotion, offers a timeless lesson in mindful living. It's about respecting the sacred in the everyday, finding profound meaning in simple acts, and continually striving for truth and righteousness. As you observe the unwavering commitment of the mob and the quiet reverence of the worshippers, you feel a deep sense of peace settle over you, a gentle invitation to reflect on your own inner light. It's almost as good as finding a forgotten $10 bill in your old coat pocket. Almost. The quiet hum of the fire caught and used to resonate through the sacred space, a constant, comforting presence. You feel a gentle warmth permeating the air, a warmth that feels both physical and spiritual. The mob's calm demeanor remains unchanged, a steady anchor in the timeless ritual. You've noticed how every aspect of his interaction with the fire is imbued with a sense of purpose and respect. There's no wasted motion, no hurried gestures. It's a masterclass in intentional living, isn't it? Something to aspire to, perhaps, beyond just making sure you don't burn your toast in the morning. The fire in Zoroastrianism is often referred to as the son of Ahura Mazda, not in a literal sense of procreation, but as a pure manifestation of the divine. It is the visible representation of the invisible divine light, the ultimate truth and wisdom. This symbolic kinship elevates the fire beyond a mere element. It becomes a living embodiment of sacred principles. It's a profound concept, a way of making the abstract tangible, the divine accessible. Imagine trying to explain that to your pet goldfish. See, little guy, this isn't just a light bulb, it's the son of the light switch. He probably wouldn't get it. You notice that the mob doesn't turn his back on the fire. When he needs to move away from the Atashtan, he shuffles backward a few steps, maintaining his respectful orientation towards the sacred flame. This seemingly small detail speaks volumes about the depth of reverence, a continuous acknowledgement of the fire's spiritual significance. It's a level of dedication that makes your polite nod to your boss seem a little bit casual. You wonder if he does this when he's just making tea. A quirky or fringe tidbit about Zoroastrian practices. In ancient times, some Zoroastrians would place a piece of wood from the sacred fire on their dying loved ones to ensure a peaceful transition and to guide their souls towards the light of Ahura Mazda. This practice highlights the belief in the fire as a benevolent guiding force, accompanying the soul on its journey beyond the earthly realm. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? A bit like having a spiritual GPS for the afterlife. Probably doesn't need a battery recharge either. Historians still argue about the extent to which Zoroastrianism was a truly monotheistic religion from its inception. While Ahura Mazda is clearly the supreme, uncreated being, the existence of Angra Mainyu, the destructive spirit, as a powerful opposing force leads some scholars to classify it as a dualistic religion. Others argue that Angra Mainyu is ultimately subordinate to Ahura Mazda, making it monotheistic with a strong dualistic emphasis. It's like trying to decide if a superhero movie with a supervillain is really about one hero, or if the villain gets equal billing. It's a nuanced discussion, for sure. The air in the fire temple feels remarkably still, unperturbed by drafts or sudden gusts. This controlled environment is essential for the continuous burning of the sacred flame. The architectural design of these temples often incorporated specific features to minimize air currents, ensuring the fire's stability. It's a testament to ancient engineering wisdom, a practical application of physics in the service of the divine. You might have trouble getting your own house to be that draft-free. Your energy bill probably knows all about it. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is not just about keeping a fire burning. It's about tending to one's inner fire, the spark of divine wisdom and goodness that resides within each person. The outer fire serves as a constant reminder to nurture this inner light, to cultivate good thoughts, words, and deeds. It's a holistic approach to spirituality, integrating the external ritual with internal transformation. It's like a daily reminder to be your best self, but without the annoying pop-up notifications. You notice the distinct lack of any loud sounds within the temple. No bells, No gongs, no music. Just the gentle crackle of the fire and the soft, almost imperceptible movements of the mob. This deliberate silence creates an environment conducive to deep meditation and introspection. It's a space where one can truly hear their own thoughts, where the noise of the world is effectively muted. You realize how rarely you encounter such profound quiet in your daily life. It's almost startling, like accidentally hitting the mute button on your entire existence. The Zoroastrian calendar is also deeply intertwined with the sacred fire and its rituals. Many festivals and holy days are marked by special fire ceremonies, emphasizing the cyclical nature of time and the ongoing battle between light and darkness. These festivals often involve communal gatherings and joyous celebrations, but the central role of the fire remains constant, a unifying symbol. It's a reminder that even in moments of celebration, the core principles of the faith are always present, like that one friend who always brings the same dip to every party. Reliable, comforting, and always a good addition. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending extends beyond the individual acts of the mob. It's a living tradition passed down through generations, a testament to the enduring power of faith and devotion. The lineage of mobs is meticulously maintained, ensuring the continuity of these ancient practices. It's a legacy of light, a continuous thread connecting the past, present, and future. It's like a family recipe that's been perfected over centuries, but instead of cookies, it's enlightenment. And probably doesn't involve as much butter. The unwavering glow of the Adash Baram continues to cast its serene light upon the silent chamber. You've grown accustomed to the subtle changes in the fire's intensity, the occasional gentle crackle, the faint scent of wood and purity. The mob, ever watchful, remains a figure of quiet contemplation, his presence a testament to the enduring nature of his sacred duty. You can almost feel the weight of centuries of tradition pressing softly upon the air, a tangible sense of history living and breathing in the present moment. It's like being in a library, but instead of dusty books, the stories are told in the flickering flames. Zoroastrian cosmology speaks of a final renovation of the world, called Frashocredy, where all evil will be vanquished, and the universe will be restored to its perfect, pristine state. The sacred fire is often associated with this ultimate purification, a symbol of the divine light that will ultimately triumph. It's a powerful message of hope and optimism, a belief in the eventual victory of goodness and order over chaos and destruction. It's the ultimate happy ending, a cosmic reset button, but without the need to unplug it and plug it back in. You observe the mob performing a very subtle, almost imperceptible adjustment to a small, silver tray positioned near the Adhashtan. This tray is for collecting the pure ashes, which, as you recall, are later interred in consecrated ground. His movements are so precise, so gentle, that you realize the immense care taken with every single element connected to the fire. It's a deep respect for the sacred, even in its byproducts. You suddenly feel a little guilty about how you just shove your empty coffee cups into the recycling. Perhaps they deserve more respect. A mainstream historical fact: the Achaemenid Empire, one of the largest empires in ancient history which stretched from the Balkans to the Indus Valley, was largely Zoroastrian. Kings like Cyrus the Great and Darius I were devout followers, and their rule was often guided by Zoroastrian principles of truth, justice, and order. This global superpower at its peak was shaped by the very faith you are now witnessing in its quietest, most devoted form. It's like realizing that your favorite band from a small garage started an entire musical movement. Though, I imagine Achaemenid concerts were a bit less about mosh pits and more about respectful contemplation. Historians still argue about the exact nature of Zoroaster's teachings on animal sacrifice. While some early interpretations suggest animal offerings were a part of certain rituals, later Zoroastrianism, particularly during the Sasanian Empire, strongly condemned it. This evolution in practice reflects a broader emphasis on compassion and the sanctity of all life within the faith. It's a good reminder that even ancient traditions can adapt and evolve, much like your own opinions on whether pineapple belongs on pizza. The debate rages on. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending also extends to the personal lives of the modes. They typically live very disciplined lives, adhering to strict dietary rules, maintaining ritual purity, and dedicating themselves to study and prayer. Their lives are a continuous reflection of the principles they uphold in their service to the sacred fire. It's a level of commitment that makes your annual New Year's resolutions seem a little ambitious, perhaps. Though, to be fair, they probably don't have to deal with the temptation of late-night snack runs. You notice the deliberate lack of ostentation in the fire temple. There are no elaborate frescoes, no gold leaf, no dazzling jewels. The beauty lies in the simplicity, the purity of the space, and the inherent sacredness of the fire itself. This understated elegance encourages focus on the spiritual rather than the material. It's a powerful statement, suggesting that true beauty resides in inner qualities and genuine devotion. It's almost minimalist, isn't it? Like a very chic, very ancient spiritual retreat. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian communities, particularly in times of plague or famine, special fire rituals were performed to invoke divine blessings and protection. These rituals were often communal, bringing together the entire village in a shared act of faith and application. It was a way of reinforcing community bonds and demonstrating collective reliance on Ahura Mazda in times of crisis. It's a bit like a spiritual potluck, but instead of casseroles, they're bringing good intentions and hopes for a better harvest. The continuity of the fire, its unbroken chain of existence, is a profound symbol of the enduring nature of truth and the eternal presence of Ahura Mazda. It's a reassurance that even in a world of constant change and flux, some things remain constant, foundational, and unwavering. This sense of permanence offers a deep comfort, a steady anchor in the swirling currents of life. It's like finding that your favorite childhood toy is still perfectly intact in the attic. A little dusty, perhaps, but still there and still comforting. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending embodies a deep reverence for the elements, a profound respect for the natural world as a manifestation of divine creation. Fire, water, earth, and air are all considered sacred, each playing a vital role in the cosmic order. This ecological awareness, long before the term was even invented, highlights the forward-thinking nature of Zoroastrian philosophy. It's a reminder that caring for the planet is not just an environmental concern, but a spiritual duty. So, maybe think twice before you leave your lights on all day. The ancient Zoroastrians would be judging you. Gently, of course. The serene silence of the fire temple is now a familiar companion, punctuated only by the soft crackle of the Atash Baram. You've come to appreciate the subtle dance of light and shadow, the steady warmth, and the intangible sense of peace that permeates the air. The mobbed, a silent guardian, continues his vigil, his movements a symphony of quiet devotion. You find yourself noticing even the most minute details, like the way the light catches the silver tongs, or the almost imperceptible shift in the air as a new piece of wood catches fire. It's a profound exercise in mindfulness, a living meditation. Zoroastrianism teaches the importance of free will and individual responsibility. Humans are given the choice between Asha, truth order, and Drudge, falsehood disorder, and their choices determine their spiritual progression. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine wisdom and truth, acts as a guiding light, illuminating the path towards righteous choices. It's a religion that places immense emphasis on personal agency and ethical conduct, a reminder that you are the architect of your own spiritual destiny. No blaming the cat for your bad choices here. You observe the mob carefully sweeping a small area around the Ashton with a fine, soft brush. This is not just about cleanliness. It's about maintaining ritual purity, ensuring that no stray dust or debris could possibly contaminate the sacred space. Every action is a deliberate act of devotion, a reinforcement of the sanctity of the fire. It's a meticulousness that would make even the most fastidious housekeeper green with envy. You suddenly realize your own floors probably haven't seen that much dedicated attention since, well, ever. A mainstream historical fact, Zoroastrianism experienced a golden age during the Sasanian Empire, 224–651 CE, where it was the state religion of Persia. During this period, fire temples proliferated across the empire, and theological texts were codified and expanded. This was a time of immense cultural and intellectual flourishing, with Zoroastrianism at its heart. Imagine an entire empire built around the principles you're witnessing here. Probably a lot less traffic, too, and fewer arguments about where to get the best falafel. Historians still argue about the precise role of the moguls in ancient Zoroastrian society. While they were clearly religious leaders, their influence sometimes extended into political and social spheres, acting as advisors to kings and administrators of justice. The extent of their secular power is a subject of ongoing scholarly debate, with some arguing for a more distinct separation between religious and temporal authority. It's like trying to figure out if your favorite celebrity chef is also secretly running a country. You never really know, do you? The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is not a solitary endeavor, even though the mob often performs his duties alone. It's part of a larger community, a global network of Zoroastrians who share a common faith and reverence for the sacred fire. Even in modern times, with declining numbers, the fire temples remain vital centers for preserving the ancient traditions and connecting believers across continents. It's a testament to the enduring power of shared belief and the human need for spiritual connection. It's like a really old, very exclusive, but incredibly welcoming club. You notice the particular type of wood used for the fire. It's often dry, well-seasoned wood, producing minimal smoke and burning cleanly. This selecti on is crucial for maintaining the purity of the flame and the air within the temple. It's a practical consideration deeply intertwined with spiritual principles. You wouldn't want a smoky, sputtering fire disrupting your connection to the divine, would you? And imagine the dry cleaning bills for those white robes. The rhythmic crackle of the fire is almost hypnotic, a natural soundscape that encourages relaxation and introspection. It's a subtle reminder of the passage of time, yet at the same time, it creates a sense of timelessness, as if you could sit here for hours, days, even years, and the fire would continue its steady, comforting burn. It's the ultimate white noise machine, but with added spiritual benefits, and definitely better than the sound of your neighbor's barking dog. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian rituals, special prayers were offered to the yasna, a sacred collection of texts, specifically for the benefit of the fire itself. This anthropomorphic treatment of the fire, treating it as a living entity that can receive blessings, further emphasizes its profound spiritual significance within the faith. Imagine praying for your toaster oven. Please, little toaster, may your elements glow brightly and toast my bread evenly. Amen. You might get some strange looks. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a profound act of dedication, a constant reaffirmation of faith, and a timeless connection to the divine. It's a reminder that even in a world obsessed with speed and efficiency, there is profound beauty and meaning to be found in slow, deliberate, and deeply reverent acts. As you continue to witness this ancient tradition, you feel a gentle ripple of tranquility wash over you, a sense of deep peace that lingers long after you close your eyes. It's almost as good as that first sip of coffee in the morning. Almost. The soft glow of the Adash Baram continues to dominate the quiet chamber, its warmth a constant embrace. You've become attuned to the delicate dance of the flames, the subtle changes in their intensity, the way they seem to breathe with a life of their own. The mob's presence, a silent sentinel, reinforces the profound solemnity of the space. You find yourself wondering about the countless generations of mobs who have stood in this very spot, performing these very same rituals, a continuous thread of devotion stretching back through millennia. It's a connection to history that feels both personal and universal. Zoroastrianism places a strong emphasis on practical ethics and living a virtuous life. The central tenets are good thoughts, good words, good deeds, forming the bedrock of their moral philosophy. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine truth and purity, encourages individuals to align their actions with these principles, to strive for righteousness in all aspects of their lives. It's a refreshingly straightforward ethical framework, isn't it? No complex loopholes or hidden clauses, just a simple guide to being a good human. Unlike those incredibly lengthy terms and conditions you blindly agree to online. You notice the complete absence of any artificial light sources within the temple. The only illumination comes from the Atashtan, creating an intimate, almost primal atmosphere. This reliance on natural light, and specifically the light of the sacred fire, further enhances the sense of reverence and reinforces the fire's central role as a source of spiritual illumination. Imagine trying to read your bedtime story by firelight. Romantic, yes, but probably not great for your eyesight. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some very ancient Zoroastrian burial practices, the deceased were exposed to the elements in towers of silence, daknamas, allowing vultures to consume the flesh. This was done to prevent the pollution of the sacred elements of earth and fire with decaying matter. While this practice has largely been discontinued in modern times, it highlights the extreme emphasis on purity and the careful consideration of the interaction between the sacred and the mundane. It's certainly a unique approach to funeral arrangements, making your traditional burial seem rather ordinary and probably less dramatic. Historians still argue about the degree of influence that ancient Iranian polytheistic beliefs had on the development of early Zoroastrianism. While Zoroaster himself clearly promoted a monotheistic view with Ahura Mazda as the supreme deity, some scholars suggest that remnants of earlier pantheons might have persisted in certain folk practices or regional interpretations of the faith. It's like trying to figure out if your grandmother's secret ingredient in her famous cookie recipe came from an old family tradition, or if she just made it up one day. The origins can be a bit murky. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending involves not just the physical act of maintaining the flame, but also the chanting of sacred prayers. ND hymns from the Avesta, the holy book of Zoroastrianism. While the mob you observe remains silent, these chants are an integral part of broader fire ceremonies, invoking divine blessings and reinforcing the spiritual significance of the ritual. The sound of ancient words, echoing in a sacred space, would undoubtedly add another layer of profound connection. It's like the difference between reading a script and hearing a beautiful symphony. You feel the gentle warmth of the fire on your skin, a comforting presence that seems to penetrate deeper than just the surface. It's a warmth that speaks of enduring tradition, of continuous care, and of the unwavering presence of the divine. This tactile connection to the sacred fire makes the experience incredibly immersive, drawing you further into the heart of the ritual. It's like a warm blanket woven from centuries of faith, and a lot less itchy than your actual blanket, probably. The concept of eternal flame in Zoroastrianism is a testament to the community's unwavering commitment to their faith, even in the face of persecution and dispersion. Maintaining these fires, often for centuries, in diverse geographical locations, has been a central act of identity and resilience for Zoroastrians worldwide. It's a powerful symbol of their perseverance, a beacon of hope against the odds. It's like keeping a sourdough starter alive for generations, but with much higher stakes and no opportunity for artisanal bread. A quirky or fringe tidbit: in some very remote Zoroastrian communities, particularly in mountainous regions, the fires were occasionally fueled by natural gas vents or oil seeps, which were considered particularly sacred due to their eternal nature. These naturally burning fires were seen as direct manifestations of Ahura Mazda's presence on Earth, adding another layer of wonder to the already profound fire rituals. Imagine having a gas bill that just said, "Natural divine emanation." That would certainly simplify your budgeting. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending, with its emphasis on purity, truth, and the enduring power of light, offers a profound sense of continuity and spiritual depth. It's a reminder that amidst the fleeting nature of everyday life, there are ancient practices that connect us to something timeless and deeply meaningful. As you continue to witness this quiet devotion, you feel a profound sense of inner calm, a gentle invitation to connect with your own inner flame. It's almost as good as finding the perfect parking spot right in front of the store. Almost. The steady, gentle rhythm of the Adash Baram's flame continues to fill the chamber with its serene light and warmth. You've settled into a comfortable state of quiet observation, allowing the ancient ritual to unfold before you. The mob remains a beacon of unwavering devotion, his every movement a silent testament to profound respect. There's a certain beauty in the utter simplicity of it all, a powerful profundity in the absence of fanfare or elaborate distractions. It makes you reconsider what truly constitutes a grand experience. Zoroastrianism teaches that each individual has a fravashi, a pre-existing spiritual essence that guides and protects them throughout life. It's like a personal guardian angel, but also a representation of one's ideal self. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine light, helps to illuminate and strengthen this fravashi, encouraging individuals to live in accordance with their higher purpose. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? knowing you've got a spiritual co-pilot, always there to point you towards the good path, even if your co-pilot sometimes just wants to watch reality TV. You notice the subtle, earthy scent of the wood as it burns, a fragrance that is both ancient and comforting. The choice of wood, as you've learned, is not arbitrary. It's carefully selected for its purity and its ability to burn cleanly. This meticulous attention to detail ensures that the fire remains a pure and unblemished conduit for divine energy. It's like baking a perfect cake. Every ingredient matters, even the ones you can barely taste. Though hopefully, the fire isn't as prone to collapsing in the middle. A mainstream historical fact: the decline of Zoroastrianism in Persia began with the Arab conquest in the 7th century CE and the subsequent Islamization of the region. Despite persecution and pressure to convert, a resilient community of Zoroastrians maintained their faith, often migrating to India, where they became known as Parsis, to preserve their traditions. It's a testament to the incredible strength of their convictions, facing immense challenges and still holding onto their beliefs. It's like holding onto your favorite band's obscure album, even when everyone else has moved on to the next big thing. Historians still argue about the degree of syncretism between Zoroastrianism and other ancient religions, particularly during periods of cultural exchange. Some scholars point to similarities in symbolism or ritual practices, suggesting mutual influence, while others emphasize the distinctiveness of Zoroastrian theology. It's like trying to untangle who copied whose dance moves at a very old, very formal party. Everyone claims originality, but sometimes the steps look awfully similar. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a deeply sensory experience. The warmth of the fire, the subtle scent of burning wood, the gentle crackle, the soft, dancing light, all these elements combine to create an immersive environment that engages more than just your intellectual understanding. It's a holistic experience that resonates with a deeper, more intuitive part of your being. It's like the difference between reading a recipe and actually tasting the dish. One is informative, the other is truly satisfying. You observe the mob performing a very short, almost imperceptible hand gesture towards the fire, a subtle movement that seems to acknowledge its sacred presence. It's a gesture that speaks volumes without uttering a single word, a deeply personal interaction between the tender and the tended. It's a reminder that true reverence often lies in the unspoken, in the quiet acknowledgement of something profound. Like when you silently judge someone's outfit choice, but tastefully. The continuous burning of the Adash Baram is not just a historical curiosity. It's a living, breathing tradition that connects modern Zoroastrians to their ancient heritage. It serves as a powerful reminder of their roots, a symbol of their enduring identity in a rapidly changing world. It's a tangible link to a rich past, a source of strength and inspiration for the future. It's like having a really, really old family photo album, but instead of photos, it's a living flame. And probably less dusty. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian communities, certain types of wild animals, particularly those with keen eyesight like eagles, were considered sacred due to their ability to perceive the sun and its light, which was associated with Ahura Mazda. They were sometimes seen as messengers or symbols of divine wisdom. Imagine your local wildlife park having a sacred eagle exhibit. It would certainly add a unique spiritual dimension to your weekend outing, and probably require more careful signage. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending, with its emphasis on purity, continuity, and the guiding power of divine light, offers a profound sense of inner stillness. It's a gentle invitation to pause, to observe, and to connect with something truly ancient and deeply meaningful. As you continue to witness this quiet devotion, you feel a deep sense of calm, a comforting warmth spreading through you, encouraging you to embrace the serenity of the moment. It's almost as good as finding a truly comfortable pillow after a long day. Almost. The chamber remains bathed in the soft, unwavering light of the Adhash Baram, a beacon of peace in the quiet temple. You've grown accustomed to the subtle changes in the fire's intensity, the way the shadows lengthen and recede with each gentle flicker. The mobbed, a steadfast presence, continues his silent duty, his devotion palpable even without words. It's a reminder that some of the most profound acts are performed in utter stillness, without an audience or applause. Much like your valiant efforts to finally organize that overflowing junk drawer. Zoroastrianism holds that humanity has a crucial role to play in the cosmic battle between good and evil. Through their good thoughts, words, and deeds, individuals can actively assist Ahura Mazda in bringing about the final renovation of the world, Frashokrati. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine light and purity, empowers and inspires these virtuous actions, serving as a constant reminder of one's moral responsibility. It's a powerful sense of purpose, knowing that your everyday actions contribute to the ultimate triumph of goodness. It's like being a vital but tiny superhero in a grand cosmic drama. You don't need a cape, just good intentions and maybe a dustpan. You notice the very specific design of the Athashtan itself. It's not just a simple fire pit, but a carefully constructed altar designed to facilitate the continuous burning of the flame and to allow for proper ventilation while minimizing drafts. The materials used, often stone or metal, are chosen for their durability and purity, ensuring the longevity and sanctity of the fire holder. It's a testament to functional design in the service of the sacred, a harmonious blend of engineering and devotion. It's probably sturdier than that flimsy bookshelf you bought online. A mainstream historical fact: Alexander the Great's conquest of Persia in the 4th century BCE dealt a significant blow to Zoroastrianism, leading to the destruction of many fire temples and the loss of numerous sacred texts. This period, often referred to as the Era of Darkness by Zoroastrians, marked a temporary decline but ultimately did not extinguish the faith, which later experienced a resurgence under the Sasanian Empire. It's a powerful example of resilience, showing how even immense historical forces couldn't completely extinguish a deep-rooted belief. Kind of like that one persistent weed in your garden that just refuses to die. Historians still argue about the influence of Zoroastrian concepts of light and darkness on later philosophical and religious traditions, particularly in the Middle East and beyond. While direct lineage is difficult to prove, the prevalence of dualistic themes in various belief systems suggests a possible intellectual cross-pollination. It's like trying to trace the origin of a catchy tune that everyone seems to hum. It's hard to pin down who composed it first, but its influence is undeniable. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is not just about the past. It's a living tradition that continues to be practiced by Zoroastrians around the world today. While the numbers are smaller, the dedication remains, a testament to the enduring power of faith and the quiet beauty of ancient rituals in a modern world. It's a beautiful example of cultural continuity, a quiet resistance to the homogenization of global culture. It's like finding a perfectly preserved antique in a brand new, gleaming shopping mall. You notice the quiet reverence of the few other individuals who occasionally enter the temple. They don't linger, nor do they engage in conversation. Their visits are brief, focused acts of prayer or contemplation, a testament to the deeply personal nature of their devotion. This unspoken understanding among worshippers creates a powerful sense of shared purpose and respect, a silent community bound by a common light. It's a very respectful waiting room, isn't it? Much quieter than your doctor's office. The act of feeding the fire, of adding new wood, is seen as an act of spiritual nourishment, not just for the flame, but for the soul of the tender. It's a symbiotic relationship, where the act of giving also brings spiritual reward. This reciprocal dynamic highlights the profound connection between humanity and the divine, expressed through the simplest of elements. It's like feeding your pet. You give them food, and they give you unconditional love and sometimes hairballs. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian homes, small, consecrated fires were kept burning in miniature adhashtans as a personal symbol of faith and to invoke blessings upon the household. These domestic fires were tended with similar care, though on a smaller scale, extending the sacred practice into everyday life. Imagine having a mini eternal flame on your mantelpiece. It would certainly make for an interesting conversation starter, wouldn't it? And possibly a fire hazard if you're not careful. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a profound journey into the heart of an ancient faith, a quiet exploration of timeless principles. It's a reminder that true reverence can be found in simplicity, in dedication, and in the enduring power of light to illuminate both the external world and the internal spirit. As you continue to observe the unwavering flame, you feel a deep sense of tranquility envelop you, a gentle invitation to embrace the serenity of the moment. It's almost as good as discovering that your favorite show has just released a new season. Almost. The perpetual glow of the Adash Barim continues to warm the chamber, its radiant presence a calming anchor in the quiet space. You've become intimately familiar with the rhythm of the fire, its soft crackle, its gentle breaths. The mob, a steadfast silhouette against the luminous backdrop, remains immersed in his silent devotion, a living testament to the enduring power of faith. You realize that this isn't just a ritual, it's a way of life, a profound connection to something far greater than oneself. It's almost like the fire is a patient, ancient teacher, quietly sharing its wisdom. Zoroastrian philosophy emphasizes the importance of striving for righteousness and perfection in this life, believing that good deeds accumulate and contribute to one's spiritual progression. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine Asha, truth and order, serves as a constant inspiration for ethical conduct and moral uprightness. It's a religion that encourages continuous self-improvement, a lifelong journey towards spiritual enlightenment. It's like a cosmic gym, where every good deed is a spiritual workout. No membership fees required, just a willingness to be decent. You notice the complete lack of any decorative elements or elaborate carvings on the walls of the temple. The focus is entirely on the fire, its inherent beauty and spiritual significance. This stark simplicity reinforces the idea that true holiness resides in the essence, not in superficial add. Ornaments. It's a powerful lesson in valuing substance over show, a deliberate rejection of materialism in the pursuit of the divine. It's like finding a perfectly crafted artisanal bread with no fancy frosting. Still delicious, probably even more so. A mainstream historical fact. The Zoroastrian calendar is one of the oldest and most precise in the world, with its roots stretching back to ancient Persian astronomical observations. Many of its festivals and holy days are tied to the seasons and celestial events, reflecting the deep connection between Zoroastrianism and the natural world. This ancient calendar, maintained with meticulous care, is another testament to the enduring continuity of their traditions. It's like using a really old but still incredibly accurate grandfather clock. You just have to remember to wind it. Historians still argue about the precise impact of Zoroastrianism on the development of Jewish eschatology, particularly the concepts of a final judgment, resurrection, and a messianic figure. While direct influence is debated, the shared historical context and the similar thematic elements suggest a fascinating intellectual exchange between these ancient traditions. It's like trying to figure out which came first, the chicken or the philosophical egg. The answer is probably complicated. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending embodies a deep sense of responsibility towards creation. Zoroastrians believe that Ahura Mazda created the world good and ordered, and humanity has a duty to maintain and protect its purity. This ecological awareness, centuries before environmentalism became a global concern, highlights the foresight embedded within the faith. It's a powerful reminder that spiritual well-being is intrinsically linked to the health of the planet. So maybe that litter you dropped last week is more than just an eyesore. It's a spiritual transgression. You feel a profound sense of timelessness in the chamber, as if the past, present, and future converge in the unwavering flame. The continuous burning of the Atash Baram transcends the fleeting moments of individual lives, connecting you to an ancient lineage of faith and devotion. It's a powerful reminder that some traditions endure through the ages, offering a steady anchor in an ever-changing world. It's like finding a hidden time capsule, but instead of old toys, it's a living, breathing connection to history. The quiet reverence of the mob is not born of rote habit, but of deep spiritual conviction. Every act, every subtle gesture is imbued with profound meaning and intention. It's a form of active meditation, a continuous prayer expressed through disciplined action. This dedication elevates the mundane to the sacred, transforming simple tasks into acts of profound devotion. It's like when you're really focused on making the perfect cup of tea. It's not just about the tea, it's about the ritual. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian medical practices, the smoke from certain consecrated fires was believed to have healing properties, particularly for respiratory ailments. Patients would sometimes be brought to the fire temple to inhale the purified air, hoping for relief. While modern medicine obviously offers different approaches, it speaks to the deep trust placed in the fire's benevolent power. Imagine your doctor prescribing a few hours with the sacred flame instead of antibiotics. You might get better, or you might just fall asleep. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth and quiet contemplation. It's a testament to the enduring power of faith, the importance of purity, and the unwavering light of truth. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, an invitation to embrace the serenity that comes from connecting with something truly ancient and deeply meaningful. It's almost as good as that moment when you finally solve a really tricky puzzle. Almost. The enduring glow of the Atash Baram continues to permeate the chamber, its gentle warmth a constant, reassuring presence. You've become so accustomed to its quiet emanations that it feels almost like a living companion in the room. The mob, a steadfast silhouette, maintains his unwavering vigil, his every breath and subtle movement a testament to a profound, internalized devotion. This isn't just about tending a fire. It's about participating in a timeless dialogue with the divine, a silent exchange of reverence and purity. It's a masterclass in stillness, making your own attempts at meditation feel a bit like a chaotic squirrel convention. Zoroastrian ethics emphasize the importance of moderation and balance in all aspects of life. Excess in any form, whether it be gluttony, anger, or even excessive asceticism, is generally discouraged. The sacred fire, with its steady, controlled burn, can be seen as a symbol of this. Balance, a flame that is vibrant but never wild, constant but never consuming beyond what is necessary. It's a practical philosophy for living, a gentle nudge towards a life of mindful equilibrium. It's like a spiritual diet plan, but instead of counting calories, you're counting good intentions. You notice a series of very small, almost imperceptible grooves or channels carved into the stone surrounding the Atashtan. These are designed to collect any stray ashes or debris, preventing them from scattering and ensuring the absolute purity of the immediate area around the sacred fire. It's another detail that highlights the meticulous nature of the ritual, the unwavering commitment to maintaining a pristine environment for the divine presence. You think about your own desk and suddenly feel a pang of guilt. Perhaps those crumbs from last night's snack could be spiritually detrimental. A mainstream historical fact: the Zoroastrian calendar has 12 months of 30 days each, with an additional 5 Gata days at the end of the year, named after the sacred hymns of Zoroaster. These 5 extra days were traditionally a time for reflection, prayer, and acts of charity. This ancient calendar system reflects a deep understanding of astronomical cycles and a spiritual integration of time into their daily lives. It's like having an extra mini holiday tacked onto the end of your year, but instead of lounging, you're encouraged to do good deeds. Still sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Historians still argue about the precise nature of Zoroaster's monotheism. While he clearly emphasized Ahura Mazda as the supreme, uncreated deity, the existence of Angra Mainyu, the destructive spirit, as an opposing force has led to ongoing scholarly debate about whether Zoroastrianism should be classified as truly monotheistic or as a unique form of dualism. It's a complex theological question, much like trying to explain to your smart home device why you need it to turn off the lights at exactly 10:07 p.m., not 10:00 p.m. The nuances are important. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending involves a profound respect for the natural elements, seeing them as direct manifestations of Ahura Mazda's creation. Fire, water, earth, and air are all considered sacred, and Zoroastrians are enjoined to protect and maintain their purity. This ecological consciousness, centuries before modern environmental movements, is a remarkable aspect of their ancient wisdom. It's like they were the original environmentalists, but with much cooler robes and fewer protest signs. You feel a profound sense of continuity in the chamber, as if the very air itself is steeped in centuries of devotion. The unbroken lineage of modes, the continuous burning of the sacred fire, and the enduring principles of the faith all contribute to a feeling of being connected to something timeless and unwavering. It's a powerful antidote to the fleeting nature of modern existence, a comforting reminder that some things endure. It's like finding a really old, sturdy tree that's seen generations come and go. It just stands there, quietly witnessing it all. The quiet reverence exhibited by the mob is not just a performance. It's an internalized state of being, a reflection of a life dedicated to spiritual principles. This deep commitment is inspiring, prompting you to consider how you might bring more intention and reverence into your own daily routines, transforming the mundane into something more meaningful. Even folding laundry can become a meditative act if you try hard enough, or, at least, slightly less soul-crushing. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian communities, certain types of sacred animals, such as white horses, were sometimes associated with the concept of Asha, truth and order, and were revered as symbols of purity and divine power. These animals were treated with great care and respect, reflecting the broader Zoroastrian emphasis on compassion towards all living beings. Imagine having a sacred horse stable next to the fire temple. It would certainly add a majestic touch to your spiritual journey, and probably require a lot of hay. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a profound journey into the heart of an ancient wisdom, a quiet exploration of timeless principles that continue to resonate today. It's a testament to the power of unwavering faith, the importance of purity, and the enduring light of truth. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as finally understanding a really complicated instruction manual. Almost. The quiet chamber continues to be illuminated by the steadfast glow of the Adash Baram, its warmth a subtle comfort that permeates the very air. You've become keenly aware of the nuanced environment, the way the silence seems to deepen. Around the flickering flame, the mob, ever-present, remains a figure of quiet grace, his every movement economical and purposeful. It's as if he and the fire are in a silent, ancient conversation, a dialogue understood through centuries of shared devotion. You wonder if they ever exchange jokes, but then decide against it, probably too sacred for knock-knock jokes. Zoroastrian theology includes the concept of hauma, a sacred plant whose juice was used in ancient rituals. While the exact identity of the plant is debated among scholars, it was believed to have purifying and intoxicating properties, leading to spiritual insight. The ritual preparation and consumption of hauma was a complex ceremony, distinct from the fire rituals but often performed in conjunction with them, symbolizing a different path to divine connection. It's like having different types of spiritual beverages. One is a quiet cup of tea, the other is a more potent concoction. You notice a subtle, almost imperceptible shift in the mob's breathing. It's deep and even, indicative of a meditative state, a profound inner calm. His physical presence in the chamber is not just about performing duties. It's about radiating a sense of peace and spiritual presence, contributing to the overall sanctity of the space. It's like how some people just naturally make a room feel calmer just by being in it. You probably have a friend like that. Or maybe you are that friend, in which case, well done. A mainstream historical fact. The Zoroastrian religion has a rich tradition of oral transmission, with many of its sacred texts and rituals passed down verbally for generations before being committed to writing. This emphasizes the importance of direct instruction from teacher to student, ensuring the authenticity and continuity of the practices. It's a reminder that knowledge isn't always found in books. Sometimes it's whispered across centuries, from one devoted soul to another. Like your grandmother's secret family recipe, which she only ever tells you orally, probably with a few key ingredients omitted. Historians still argue about the precise extent of Zoroastrian influence on the development of early Christianity, particularly regarding concepts of resurrection, the battle between good and evil, and the role of light. While the New Testament contains parallels, scholars debate whether these are direct borrowings, independent developments, or reflections of a broader intellectual climate in the ancient world. It's like trying to figure out who invented the wheel. Everyone had a version, but who had the original idea? The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a powerful symbol of resilience. Despite centuries of political upheaval, persecution, and displacement, the Zoroastrian faith has endured, and the tradition of tending the sacred fires has remained a central pillar of their identity. It's a testament to the profound strength of their convictions and their unwavering commitment to their ancient heritage. It's like a tiny, enduring lighthouse in a stormy sea, refusing to be extinguished. You observe the meticulous care taken with the simple tools used in the fire tending: the tongs, the scoop, the brush. All are pristine, polished, and handled with reverence. These are not merely instruments, they are extensions of the mob's devotion, imbued with the sanctity of their purpose. It's a subtle reminder that even the humblest tools can become sacred when wielded with intention and respect. Like your favorite coffee mug, which, let's be honest, probably deserves its own pedestal. The air in the fire temple feels remarkably pure, free from any hint of acrid smoke or stagnation. The meticulous selection of wood, combined with efficient ventilation, ensures that the atmosphere remains clean and conducive to spiritual contemplation. This commitment to purity extends to every aspect of the ritual, reinforcing the idea that only in a pure environment can one truly connect with the divine. It's a much nicer atmosphere than your average smoky campfire. You won't need to wash your clothes a dozen times after this. A quirky or fringe tidbit: in some ancient Zoroastrian communities, certain types of trees, particularly evergreens like cypress, were considered sacred due to their enduring vitality and their association with life and immortality. These trees were sometimes planted near fire temples or in sacred groves, symbolizing the continuous renewal of life and the triumph of Asha. Imagine a temple surrounded by ancient, majestic trees, their branches whispering secrets of the ages. It would be quite a sight, wouldn't it? And probably a haven for very spiritual squirrels. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a profound journey into the heart of an ancient faith, a quiet exploration of timeless principles that continue to inspire and resonate. It's a testament to the power of unwavering faith, the importance of purity, and the enduring light of truth. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as realizing you have a whole weekend with absolutely no plans. Almost. The unwavering glow of the Adash Baram continues to hold court in the silent chamber, its warmth a gentle, persistent presence. You've become acutely aware of the subtle nuances of the fire, the way the light shimmers, the faint, almost imperceptible hum that seems to emanate from its core. The mobbed, a figure of quiet devotion, moves with an effortless grace born of deep familiarity and profound respect. This isn't just a ritual he performs, it's a part of who he is, woven into the very fabric of his being. It's like someone who has been playing a musical instrument their entire life. The music simply flows through them. Zoroastrian teachings emphasize the importance of personal accountability and the concept of a spiritual ledger, where good deeds and bad deeds are weighed. The ultimate goal is to accumulate more good deeds, ensuring a positive outcome in the spiritual journey. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine judgment and purification, serves as a constant reminder to live a life aligned with Asha, truth, and order, knowing that every action has consequences, both in this life and the next. It's like a cosmic report card, but instead of grades, it's about your soul's overall well-being, and probably no parent-teacher conferences. You notice the quiet dignity of the space. There are no distractions, no adornments that would pull your focus away from the sacred flame. This intentional simplicity creates an environment where one can truly concentrate on the spiritual, unburdened by the clamor of the material world. It's a deliberate choice to prioritize the sacred over the superficial. It's the opposite of a cluttered office space. Imagine the productivity if your desk was this clear. A mainstream historical fact. The Gathas, the oldest and most sacred texts of Zoroastrianism, are believed to have been composed by Zoroaster himself. These poetic hymns form the core of the Avesta, the holy book, and contain the foundational teachings of the religion, emphasizing monotheism, dualism, and the importance of righteous conduct. They are incredibly ancient and complex, a window into the mind of a prophet from millennia ago. It's like reading the original handwritten notes of a genius, except this genius was probably dictating them while tending a sacred fire. Historians still argue about the precise location of ancient Persia referred to in early Zoroastrian texts. While later empires were clearly centered in the Iranian plateau, the geographical references in the Gathas are often more ambiguous, leading some scholars to suggest an origin further east, perhaps in Central Asia. It's like trying to pinpoint the exact birthplace of your favorite historical figure. Sometimes the historical records are a bit fuzzy, and everyone has a different theory. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a powerful expression of communal identity. Even though individuals may visit the temple alone, the fire itself represents the collective faith and heritage of the Zoroastrian community worldwide. It serves as a unifying symbol, connecting believers across geographical distances and generations, reminding them of their shared roots and enduring traditions. It's like a really old, very well-maintained family heirloom, passed down through countless hands, connecting everyone in a shared story. You feel a sense of profound calm washing over you, a deep inner stillness that seems to emanate from the unwavering flame. The gentle warmth and the rhythmic crackle create a soothing atmosphere, conducive to contemplation and deep relaxation. It's the kind of peace that settles deep into your bones, quieting the incessant chatter of your mind. It's almost like a spiritual lullaby, rocking you gently into a state of profound rest. The mob occasionally adds a very small, carefully measured amount of fragrant wood to the flame, often sandalwood or frankincense. This isn't just for the pleasant aroma. These resins are believed to further purify the air and elevate the spiritual atmosphere, making the space even more conducive to divine presence. It's a multi-sensory approach to reverence, engaging both the physical and the spiritual senses. It's like a very refined, very ancient air freshener, but with actual spiritual purpose. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian rituals, specific types of knots or braids made from consecrated threads were used as protective amulets or to symbolize spiritual commitments. These intricate designs were believed to embody sacred energy and were worn by individuals as a constant reminder of their faith and their connection to Ahura Mazda. Imagine getting a spur. Ritual friendship bracelet that's been blessed by centuries of devotion. That's a pretty powerful accessory, wouldn't you say? The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth, quiet contemplation, and unwavering faith. It's a testament to the enduring power of light, purity, and truth in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as finding that last piece of chocolate you thought you'd eaten. Almost. The chamber continues to be softly illuminated by the steadfast glow of the Adash Baram, its gentle warmth a constant, reassuring embrace. You've become deeply attuned to the subtle shifts in the fire's intensity, the way the light plays on the surfaces of the ancient stone. The mob, a silhouette of quiet dignity, maintains his unwavering vigil, his every presence a silent prayer. You feel a profound sense of privilege, witnessing a tradition that has spanned millennia, a living testament to enduring faith. It's like being given a backstage pass to history itself, but without the loud music and sticky floors. Zoroastrianism teaches the importance of environmental stewardship, believing that the natural world is Ahura Mazda's creation and should be treated with reverence and protected from pollution. This includes the purity of the four elements: fire, water, earth, and air. The meticulous care of the sacred fire extends to a broader ethical responsibility to care for the planet, a powerful lesson for our modern world. It's like the original reduce, reuse, recycle philosophy, but with cosmic implications. You notice a small, almost hidden alcove in the wall near the Atashton, where a few small, unlit oil lamps are placed. These lamps, although not actively burning, are symbolic of the continuous light and the readiness to extend the sacred illumination beyond the central fire when needed for other rituals or for personal prayer. It's a subtle detail that speaks volumes about the pervasive presence of light within Zoroastrian spirituality. It's like having spare batteries for your spiritual flashlight, just in case. A mainstream historical fact: the ancient Persian Empire under the Achaemenids was known for its religious tolerance, allowing conquered peoples to practice their own faiths. While Zoroastrianism was the state religion, this policy of acceptance often fostered stability and cultural exchange. This contrasts sharply with many other empires of the time that sought to impose their own beliefs on their subjects. It's a refreshing historical anomaly, a lesson in peaceful coexistence. Imagine if all empires had adopted that policy. The world might look very different, and probably have more interesting fusion restaurants. Historians still argue about the precise influence of Zoroastrianism on the development of early Islamic mysticism, particularly Sufism, with its emphasis on divine light, inner purity, and contemplative practices. While direct historical links are difficult to establish definitively, thematic parallels suggest a possible resonance between these spiritual traditions. It's like trying to figure out if your friend's new catchphrase came from a TV show or if they just organically invented it. The origins can be elusive. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a profound act of meditation in action. The mob's focused attention on the flame, his deliberate movements, and his quiet presence all contribute to a state of heightened awareness and spiritual absorption. It's a powerful demonstration of how seemingly simple acts can be transformed into profound spiritual practices through intention and dedication. It's like doing chores, but instead of dreading them, you're achieving inner peace. A noble goal, if ever there was one. You feel the profound stillness of the chamber settle deep within you, quieting the incessant chatter of your mind. The rhythmic crackle of the fire becomes a gentle background hum, a comforting presence that invites you to simply be in the moment, without judgment or expectation. It's a rare and precious gift in our overstimulated world, a sanctuary of silence and serenity. It's almost as good as finding a quiet corner in a bustling city. Almost. The concept of vohumana, or good mind, is central to Zoroastrian philosophy, emphasizing the importance of cultivating positive thoughts and intentions. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine wisdom, helps to illuminate the path towards vohumana, guiding individuals to make righteous choices and to develop a compassionate and discerning intellect. It's a reminder that true wisdom begins with the thoughts you cultivate within your own mind. So maybe lay off those negative self-talk sessions. The fire is watching. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some very ancient Zoroastrian traditions, certain types of mineral deposits, particularly those that glittered or reflected light, were considered sacred due to their association with the radiance of Ahura Mazda. These minerals were sometimes placed near fire altars or worn as protective talismans, further emphasizing the pervasive presence of divine light in the natural world. Imagine having sparkly rocks that were considered holy. Your inner magpie would be absolutely thrilled. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth and quiet contemplation. It's a testament to the enduring power of faith, the importance of purity, and the unwavering light of truth. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as discovering that your favorite podcast has a bonus episode. Almost. The steady, luminous heart of the Adash Baram continues its timeless dance in the profound quiet of the chamber. You've become so deeply immersed in the subtle energies of the space that the very air seems to hum with ancient devotion. The mobbed, a steadfast guardian, moves with a fluidity born of centuries of tradition, his every action a silent prayer, a quiet conversation with the divine. It's a performance of such quiet intensity that it transcends mere ritual, becoming a living, breathing testament to an unbroken chain of faith. You feel like a privileged guest at a truly ancient, very exclusive and incredibly peaceful dinner party. Zoroastrianism teaches the concept of Havadat, wholeness, and Amaredat, immortality, two of the Amshaspentas or bounteous immortals, which represent aspects of Ahura Mazda's divine being. Striving for physical and spiritual wholeness in this life, through good deeds and righteous living, is believed to lead to a form of immortality in the spiritual realm. The sacred fire, as a symbol of life and purity, helps to illuminate this path, guiding individuals towards a state of complete well-being. It's like a spiritual wellness program, but with eternal benefits, and probably fewer kale smoothies. You notice the quiet, almost imperceptible way the mobbed handles the fuel for the fire. Each piece of wood is treated with reverence, a sacred offering rather than just fuel. There's no careless tossing, no rough handling. It's a profound respect for the raw materials of creation, recognizing their inherent sacredness as part of Ahura Mazda's world. You suddenly feel like you should be more respectful to your firewood, perhaps giving it a little bow before tossing it into your fireplace. A mainstream historical fact: the Parsis, descendants of Zoroastrian refugees who fled Persia to India to escape persecution, have played a significant role in India's economic and intellectual development. Their entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to education have made them a highly influential community, despite their relatively small numbers. It's a powerful story of resilience and contribution, demonstrating how a small, dedicated group can have a profound impact on a larger society. It's like a tiny, but incredibly potent, spice in a very large and flavorful dish. Historians still argue about the exact composition and compilation of the Avesta, the holy book of Zoroastrianism. While the Gathas are clearly the oldest part, the later sections were compiled over centuries, incorporating various traditions and interpretations. The process of canonization and the loss of texts during periods of invasion make reconstructing the original Avesta a complex scholarly endeavor. It's like trying to piece together a very old, very important puzzle where many of the pieces are missing, and the instructions are in a dead language. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending encourages a deep sense of introspection and self-reflection. The steady, hypnotic glow of the fire provides a focal point for meditation, allowing one to quiet the mind and listen to the whispers of their own inner wisdom. It's a profound opportunity for self-discovery, a chance to connect with your truest self, unburdened by external distractions. It's like a spiritual mirror, reflecting your inner light, though hopefully it's not a funhouse mirror. You feel a profound sense of continuity in the chamber, a tangible connection to generations of faith and devotion. The unbroken chain of the sacred fire represents not just a religious tradition, but a living lineage, a continuous story unfolding through time. It's a powerful reminder that some things are truly timeless, transcending the ebb and flow of human history. It's like finding a message in a bottle that was launched centuries ago, but the message is still relevant today. The mob's quiet dedication is a powerful teaching in itself. He doesn't preach or lecture, he simply does, with profound intention and unwavering focus. His actions speak louder than any words, embodying the principles of purity, reverence, and devotion that are central to Zoroastrianism. It's a lesson in leading by example, a quiet demonstration of what it means to live a life aligned with spiritual purpose. It's like watching a master artisan at work. You learn more from their movements than from any verbal explanation. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian traditions, certain constellations and celestial bodies were associated with the Amsha Spentas, bounteous immortals, and were believed to exert a benevolent influence on the earthly realm. Observing the night sky and understanding these celestial connections was considered a form of spiritual insight, further reinforcing the deep connection between Zoroastrianism and astronomy. Imagine ancient priests charting the stars not just for navigation, but for spiritual guidance. It would certainly make stargazing a more profound experience, and probably require fewer smartphone apps. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth and quiet contemplation. It's a testament to the enduring power of faith, the importance of purity, and the unwavering light of truth. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as discovering that your favorite book has a sequel you never knew about. Almost. The tranquil glow of the Adash Barim continues to hold you in its gentle embrace, its warmth a soft, steady pulse in the quiet chamber. You've become deeply attuned to the subtle symphony of the space, the quiet crackle of the wood, the soft play of shadows, the profound stillness. The mob, a steadfast sentinel, continues his timeless dance with the sacred flame, his every action a testament to a deep, internalized reverence. It's a reminder that some of the most profound spiritual experiences are found not in grand pronouncements, but in quiet, persistent devotion. It's almost like watching a very slow, very intentional ballet. Zoroastrianism teaches the importance of spreading happiness and promoting well-being in the world. Good thoughts, good words, and good deeds are believed to contribute not only to one's own spiritual progression, but also to the betterment of humanity and the triumph of Asha over Drudge. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine light, inspires and illuminates this path of active benevolence. It's a wonderfully optimistic and outward-looking faith, isn't it? A reminder that making the world a better place starts with you, and maybe a really good attitude. You notice the utter lack of modern intrusions in the temple. No electric lights, no heating vents, no external sounds filtering in. The space is a sanctuary, deliberately shielded from the clamor and distractions of the contemporary world, allowing for an undisturbed connection to the ancient ritual. It's a powerful statement about prioritizing spiritual purity over modern convenience. You briefly wonder what they'd do if someone tried to bring in a cell phone. Probably a very polite but firm intervention. A mainstream historical fact, the concept of a heavenly host or a spiritual hierarchy of benevolent beings, the Amsha Spentas and Yazatas, who assist Ahura Mazda in maintaining cosmic order, is a core tenet of Zoroastrianism. These divine entities are often invoked in prayers and rituals, serving as guides and protectors for humanity. It's a rich tapestry of spiritual beings, working together for the good of creation. It's like a divine organizational chart, but with much better benefits and definitely no cubicles. Historians still argue about the precise relationship between ancient Zoroastrianism and the practice of astrology. While some scholars suggest an early emphasis on astronomical observation, later periods saw the integration of astrological concepts, potentially influenced by Mesopotamian traditions. The extent to which these astrological beliefs were deeply embedded in core Zoroastrian theology versus being more peripheral folk practices is a subject of ongoing debate. It's like trying to figure out if your ancestors believed in horoscopes or if they just liked to look at pretty stars. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a living connection to a profound past, a bridge between ancient wisdom and contemporary existence. The enduring flame, tended by generations of modes, is a tangible link to Zoroaster himself, allowing modern believers to participate in a sacred lineage stretching back millennia. It's a powerful reminder that history isn't just something to read in books. It's something that can be lived, breathed, and nurtured in the present moment. It's like a historical reenactment, but for real, and definitely no actors breaking character. You feel the deep serenity of the chamber permeating your very being, a calming presence that encourages introspection and quiet contemplation. The gentle light and warmth of the fire create a nurturing atmosphere, conducive to profound inner peace and spiritual connection. It's the kind of tranquility that feels deeply restorative, a balm for the modern soul. It's almost as good as getting a full 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Almost. The reverence shown to the fire extends to a broader respect for all forms of life and creation. Zoroastrians are encouraged to live in harmony with nature, to protect animals, and to maintain the purity of the environment. This holistic approach to spirituality, where ethical conduct extends to ecological responsibility, is a remarkable aspect of their ancient wisdom. It's a powerful call to mindful living, a reminder that every action has an impact on the delicate balance of the world. So, maybe hold off on that impulse purchase of a glitter bomb. The fire would disapprove. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some very ancient Zoroastrian communities, certain types of birds, particularly white pigeons, were considered sacred due to their association with purity and their ability to fly high towards the heavens, symbolizing the soul's ascent towards Ahura Mazda. These birds were often kept near fire temples and treated with great care, seen as messengers of the divine. Imagine a temple where sacred pigeons coo gently in the background. It would certainly add a unique touch to the spiritual ambience, and probably require frequent cleaning. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth, quiet contemplation, and unwavering faith. It's a testament to the enduring power of light, purity, and truth in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as realizing you're getting a bonus at work. Almost. The quiet chamber continues to be softly bathed in the timeless glow of the Adash Baram, its warmth a subtle, yet profound presence. You've grown increasingly sensitive to the intricate dance of light and shadow, the gentle whispers of the burning wood, the profound stillness that seems to cradle the sacred flame. The mobbed, a figure of quiet strength, maintains his unwavering vigilance, his very being an extension of the timeless ritual. It's as if he and the fire are breathing in unison, two ancient entities intertwined in a dance of perpetual devotion. You find yourself wondering if he ever has to remind himself to blink. Zoroastrian philosophy emphasizes the ongoing battle between Spentamenyu, the benevolent spirit, and Angramanyu, the malevolent spirit, both emanating from Ahura Mazda, but representing the forces of creation and destruction. Humanity's role is to align with Spentamenyu through good thoughts, words, and deeds, actively participating in the cosmic struggle for righteousness. The sacred fire, as a symbol of Spentamenyu's pure, creative light, encourages this alignment, guiding individuals towards the path of goodness. It's like being recruited for a divine team, and your uniform is good intentions. You notice the remarkable cleanliness of the chamber, not a speck of dust or dirt in sight. This isn't just about aesthetics, it's a profound commitment to purity, ensuring that the sacred space is always worthy of the divine presence. Every surface is meticulously maintained, every element carefully considered, reflecting the overarching principle of Asha, truth, and order in every detail. You suddenly feel an overwhelming urge to go home and vacuum everything, possibly twice. A mainstream historical fact: the Parsi community in India, descendants of Zoroastrian refugees from Persia, has traditionally maintained a strict endogamy, marrying only within their community to preserve their religious and cultural identity. While this practice has faced challenges in modern times, it highlights their profound commitment to preserving their ancient heritage in a new land. It's a powerful example of cultural resilience, like trying to keep a very specific, very rare species of flower alive in a bustling metropolis. It takes dedication. Historians still argue about the exact origins and significance of the sudre and kusti, the sacred undershirt and cord worn by Zoroastrians after their initiation. While these garments are clearly ancient symbols of faith and commitment, their precise symbolism and ritualistic meaning have been interpreted in various ways throughout history. It's like trying to decode a very old-fashioned statement. The deeper meanings can be a bit elusive, but the overall message is clear. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a profound act of resistance against the forces of decay and oblivion. By meticulously maintaining the eternal flame, Moguls and the wider Zoroastrian community are actively defying the passage of time, preserving a living link to their ancient past, and ensuring its continuity for future generations. It's a powerful testament to the enduring power of faith and the human desire to connect with something timeless and eternal. It's like building a very sturdy, very beautiful bridge across the river of time. You feel a profound sense of inner quietude, a deep calm that seems to emanate from the unwavering flame. The gentle warmth and the rhythmic crackle create a soothing atmosphere, conducive to introspection and deep relaxation. It's the kind of peace that feels deeply restorative, a balm for the modern soul. It's almost as good as remembering a forgotten password on the first try. Almost. The act of tending the fire is a constant reminder of the continuous effort required to maintain purity and righteousness in one's own life. Just as the fire needs constant tending to stay alight, so too does one's spiritual spark require continuous nourishment through good thoughts, words, and deeds. It's a beautiful metaphor for lifelong spiritual growth, a gentle nudge towards constant self-improvement. It's like a personalized motivational coach, but in the form of a very old, very wise fire. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian communities, certain types of precious stones, particularly those that sparkled or held light, were considered sacred due to their association with the radiance of Ahura Mazda. These stones were sometimes incorporated into religious artifacts or worn as protective talismans, further emphasizing the pervasive presence of divine light in the natural world. Imagine having sacred bling that also brought you good luck. That would certainly elevate your accessory game. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth, quiet contemplation, and unwavering faith. It's a testament to the enduring power of light, purity, and truth in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as finding that perfect, comfortable spot on the couch. Almost. The soft, persistent glow of the Adash Baram continues to dominate the quiet chamber, its warmth a familiar comfort that has settled deep within you. You've become intimately acquainted with the nuances of its silent presence, the way the light dances, the rhythmic, almost imperceptible breathing of the flame. The mobbed, a figure of profound quietude, maintains his unwavering vigil, his every presence a silent, living prayer. It's a remarkable demonstration of devotion, a profound dedication to a spiritual path that transcends the everyday. You almost expect the fire to sigh contentedly. Zoroastrian theology often uses the metaphor of light and darkness to represent the forces of good and evil, truth and falsehood. The sacred fire, as the ultimate symbol of light, is a constant reminder to choose the path of Asha, truth and order, and to illuminate the darkness with righteous actions. It's a powerful visual metaphor for moral clarity, a beacon guiding individuals through the complexities of life. It's like having a spiritual flashlight always pointed towards the good choices. And unlike your actual flashlight, it never runs out of batteries. You notice the quiet, unhurried pace of the mob's movements. There's no rush, no sense of urgency, just a deliberate, mindful engagement with the sacred task. This unhurried pace contributes to the overall tranquility of the space, allowing time for contemplation and absorption of the spiritual atmosphere. It's a stark contrast to the frantic pace of modern life, a gentle invitation to slow down and savor the moment. It's like a very serene, very ancient form of slow living. A mainstream historical fact: the term magi, often associated with the wise men in the biblical story of Christmas, originated from the Median tribe of Zoroastrian priests. These ancient Persian priests were renowned for their knowledge of astronomy, astrology, and religious rituals, and their reputation for wisdom spread throughout the ancient world. It's a fascinating connection, isn't it? The quiet reverence you're witnessing now has a direct link to a famous story from another faith. Historians still argue about the precise impact of Greek philosophy on Zoroastrian thought during the Hellenistic period following Alexander's conquests. While some scholars suggest a degree of intellectual exchange and adaptation, others emphasize the inherent distinctiveness of Zoroastrian ideas, arguing any similarities are coincidental or superficial. It's like trying to figure out if your friend's new workout routine was inspired by a celebrity trainer or if they just came up with it on their own. The lines can be blurry. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is not just a spiritual practice, it's a profound act of cultural preservation. By meticulously maintaining these ancient rituals and traditions, the Zoroastrian community is actively safeguarding its unique heritage, ensuring that its rich history and philosophy continue to thrive in the modern world. It's a testament to the power of tradition and the human desire to maintain a connection to one's roots. It's like keeping a family recipe alive for generations, ensuring that its unique flavor never fades. You feel a profound sense of inner stillness, a deep calm that seems to emanate from the unwavering flame. The gentle warmth and the rhythmic crackle create a soothing atmosphere, conducive to introspection and deep relaxation. It's the kind of peace that feels deeply restorative, a balm for the modern soul. It's almost as good as finding a truly comfortable chair after a long day. Almost. The mob's dedication to purity extends to his own personal life, encompassing his diet, his actions, and his thoughts. This holistic approach to purity reflects the Zoroastrian belief that outer cleanliness is a reflection of inner spiritual purity. It's a powerful reminder that true devotion is not just about outward rituals, but about cultivating a state of grace in every aspect of one's being. It's like trying to keep your car sparkling clean, inside and out. It takes effort, but it's worth it. A quirky or fringe tidbit: in some ancient Zoroastrian communities, certain types of musical instruments, particularly stringed instruments, were sometimes used in more celebratory fire ceremonies, though never within the inner sanctum of the Adhashtan. These instruments would accompany hymns and songs, adding a joyful, communal element to certain festive occasions. Imagine a very ancient, very spiritual jam session. Probably wouldn't feature electric guitars, though. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth, quiet contemplation, and unwavering faith. It's a testament to the enduring power of light, purity, and truth in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as that moment when you realize you have no more errands to run. Almost. The unwavering glow of the Adash Barim continues to hold you captive in its serene embrace, its warmth a constant, comforting presence in the quiet chamber. You've grown utterly immersed in the profound stillness of the space, the subtle dance of light and shadow, the almost imperceptible breathing of the eternal flame. The mobbed, a figure of unwavering devotion, moves with a fluidity born of profound spiritual connection, his very presence a living testament to a timeless tradition. It's as if the air itself vibrates with centuries of quiet prayer. You feel a curious sense of belonging, a quiet understanding of this ancient way of life. Zoroastrian eschatology describes a process of individual judgment after death, where the soul crosses the Chinvat bridge of the separator. The width of the bridge is determined by one's accumulated good thoughts, words, and deeds during life. The sacred fire, as a symbol of divine judgment and ultimate truth, helps to purify and guide the soul on this journey, leading it towards Ahura Mazda. It's a powerful narrative of accountability and hope, encouraging righteous living in anticipation of this spiritual crossing. It's like a very serious, very important final exam, but with a divine proctor. You notice the complete lack of any visual representations of Ahura Mazda or other divine beings. The fire itself is the sole focus of worship, symbolizing the formless, uncreated nature of the divine. This aniconic approach emphasizes the abstract and spiritual nature of God, encouraging a deeper, more conceptual understanding of the divine rather than a literal interpretation. It's a sophisticated theological approach, inviting contemplation beyond mere imagery. It's like trying to truly understand a complex equation without relying on diagrams. A mainstream historical fact, the Zoroastrian New Year, Nowruz, is celebrated at the vernal equinox, marking the renewal of nature and the triumph of light over darkness. It's a joyous festival celebrated by both Zoroastrians and many non-Zoroastrians in various parts of the world, emphasizing themes of rebirth, hope, and community. The sacred fire plays a central role in Nowruz celebrations, symbolizing the ongoing cycle of creation and the victory of spring. It's like your own New Year's Eve, but with more ancient symbolism and fewer questionable party hats. Historians still argue about the extent of Zoroastrian influence on the development of alchemy in the ancient world, particularly regarding the symbolic use of fire and purification processes. While direct links are difficult to establish definitively, the emphasis on elemental purity and transformation in both traditions suggests a possible conceptual resonance. It's like trying to figure out if your friend who loves to cook was inspired by a celebrity chef, or if they just really like to experiment with spices. The lines between inspiration can be subtle. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is a powerful demonstration of unwavering commitment. The meticulous care, the constant vigil, and the profound reverence shown to the fire speak volumes about the dedication of the modes and the enduring faith of the Zoroastrian community. It's a testament to the human capacity for profound devotion, even in the face of immense challenges and the relentless march of time. It's like training for a marathon, but instead of a finish line, it's an eternal flame. You feel a profound sense of inner quietude, a deep calm that seems to emanate from the unwavering flame. The gentle warmth and the rhythmic crackle create a soothing atmosphere, conducive to introspection and deep relaxation. It's the kind of peace that feels deeply restorative, a balm for the modern soul. It's almost as good as finding a genuinely comfortable pair of slippers after a long day. Almost. The sacred fire, in its continuous burning, represents the eternal nature of divine truth and the unchanging presence of Ahura Mazda. It's a symbol of constancy in a world of flux, a reminder that some principles are timeless and immutable. This enduring quality offers a deep sense of security and reassurance, a steady anchor in the swirling currents of life. It's like having a very wise, very old compass that always points to true north, no matter how lost you feel. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian folk traditions, certain types of fragrant herbs were sometimes woven into garlands and placed around the Adhashtan during special ceremonies, not just for their aroma, but also for their symbolic properties of purity and renewal. These natural adornments further connected the fire ritual to the bounty of Ahura Mazda's creation. Imagine the temple filled with the subtle scent of ancient herbs, adding another layer to the sensory experience, and probably making you very relaxed. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth, quiet contemplation, and unwavering faith. It's a testament to the enduring power of light, purity, and truth in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame. It's almost as good as finding the perfect amount of creamer for your coffee. Almost. The profound quiet of the chamber deepens around the unwavering glow of the Adhash Baram, its eternal flame a mesmerizing focal point. You've journeyed deep into the heart of this ancient ritual, becoming an unspoken participant in its timeless rhythm. The Mobbed, a figure of unwavering dedication, continues his silent vigil, his presence a living embodiment of centuries of spiritual heritage. It's a powerful experience, witnessing a faith so deeply intertwined with the elemental force of fire, a testament to humanity's enduring quest for divine connection. You almost feel like you've been granted a glimpse behind the veil of time itself. Zoroastrian teachings emphasize the importance of individual moral choices and their impact on the cosmic battle between Asha, truth order, and Drudge, falsehood disorder. Every good thought, word, and deed strengthens the forces of light and contributes to the eventual triumph of goodness in the world. The sacred fire, as a potent symbol of Ahura Mazda's divine light, serves as a constant inspiration and guide, illuminating the path towards righteous living. It's a remarkably empowering faith, placing immense responsibility and agency in the hands of each individual. It's like being given a superpower, but the superpower is just being a genuinely good person. You notice the utter simplicity of the fire temple's design. No elaborate statues, no intricate mosaics, just the raw, honest beauty of stone and the captivating dance of the flame. This minimalist approach emphasizes that true holiness lies not in material adornment, but in the purity of intention and the sacredness of the act itself. It's a powerful lesson in finding depth and meaning in simplicity, a refreshing contrast to the often overwhelming complexity of the modern world. It's like a very clean, very serene canvas, with the fire as the only masterpiece. A mainstream historical fact: the Zoroastrian calendar, based on ancient Persian astronomical observations, has influenced the calendars of many other cultures and religions, particularly in the Middle East and Central Asia. Its emphasis on solar cycles and the vernal equinox as the new year has resonated across diverse traditions, demonstrating its enduring impact on global timekeeping. It's a subtle but pervasive legacy, reminding you that even seemingly small traditions can have far-reaching effects. like that one ripple in a pond that somehow reaches the other side. Historians still argue about the precise reasons for the decline of Zoroastrianism in Persia following the Arab conquest. While conversion to Islam was a significant factor, scholars also debate the role of internal religious divisions, economic pressures, and changes in political patronage. It's a complex historical puzzle with multiple contributing factors, much like trying to figure out why your favorite local cafe suddenly closed down. It's never just one thing, is it? The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is more than just an archaic practice. It's a living, breathing testament to the enduring human need for meaning, connection, and spiritual guidance. The sacred flame, continuously tended through centuries, represents the unwavering light of hope and the eternal presence of the divine, offering comfort and inspiration to those who seek it. It's a powerful reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always a light to be found, if you know where to look. You feel a profound sense of inner stillness, a deep calm that seems to emanate from the unwavering flame. The gentle warmth and the rhythmic crackle create a soothing atmosphere, conducive to introspection and deep relaxation. It's the kind of peace that feels deeply restorative, a balm for the modern soul. It's almost as good as waking up naturally, feeling completely refreshed, without an alarm clock. Almost. The mob's silent devotion is a powerful lesson in mindfulness and presence. His complete focus on the sacred task, unburdened by distractions or external pressures, demonstrates the transformative power of being fully present in the moment. It's an invitation to cultivate a similar level of awareness in your own life, finding sacredness in everyday actions. It's like realizing that even washing dishes can be a meditative experience if you approach it with the right attitude. A quirky or fringe tidbit. In some ancient Zoroastrian traditions, certain types of aromatic woods, when burned, were believed to attract benevolent spirits or yazatas, further enhancing the spiritual efficacy of the fire rituals. The careful selection of these woods was part of a rich body of knowledge passed down through generations of modes, blending spiritual belief with practical understanding of natural elements. Imagine a spiritual recipe book for attracting good vibes, with specific wood pairings. That would be quite the cookbook. The peaceful ritual of Zoroastrian fire tending is an immersive journey into a world of profound spiritual depth, quiet contemplation, and unwavering faith. It's a testament to the enduring power of light, purity, and truth in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. As you continue to observe the living flame, you feel a gentle wave of peace wash over you, a soothing presence that invites you to embrace the serenity of the moment and find your own inner flame, a quiet beacon of hope within. This journey into the heart of ancient fire has reached its gentle conclusion. So, as the last echoes of the ancient fire's whispers fade, and the quiet warmth of that timeless chamber recedes, allow yourself to truly relax. Let the soft crackle of those imagined flames and the gentle, rhythmic movements of the mob lull you deeper into tranquility. You've witnessed something profound tonight, a testament to enduring faith and the quiet power of devotion. Let the images of purity, of unwavering light, and of deep peace settle in your mind like the softest dust motes dancing in a sunbeam. There's no need to hold on to anything tightly now. Just breathe. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, a rhythm as ancient and comforting as the fire itself. The worries of tomorrow, the thoughts of yesterday, they can all drift away like smoke into the quiet night. You are safe. You are warm. You are simply here in this moment, held gently by the stillness. The light of truth and the calm of purity are always within you, a gentle ember glowing softly. Let yourself drift, carried by this quiet knowing into a deep, peaceful sleep. All is well.